Hello, hello, hello. I gotta full screen this sucker so everyone can see our faces at full power. Da, 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 da. Hello! Welcome to session 57, our makeup session. So we're gonna have this 2 weeks in a row. Prepare to explode. As long as things go well next week. Wahaha. But yeah, 57. Favored by death is what we're calling this one. But before we get started, I did want to say thank you to everyone who showed up to the Midnight Sun Festival. It was a fantastic event for us, and it was really good meeting and seeing a whole bunch of you. For all you new followers and people watching along, welcome to the fun. Prepare yourselves. Um, we got everyone here tonight. No one's missing. Younger's alive. Look at him. He's even got new eyes from the people's organs he harvested because he's a lizard person in real life. Um. Just kidding. Don't look at his eyes too deeply. He'll steal your soul. He's like a redhead, but younger.
But
So, we're going to push forward and fill Younger in on all the things he's missed the last couple sessions, and B, fill in what we did last session so we can continue the story. He ran off. Wait, he's gone.
He's like, I changed my mind. I don't want to come back.
I don't want to. I ain't playing. They said mean things about my character. Ah. Speaking of characters, I should probably pull Profi out.
So what did we do last time? I honestly don't remember what we did last time.
You don't
What happens
remember?
when we go 3 days?
It's been so long. I'm so sorry.
What did we do? I'm drawing a blank. Someone else have to do it.
So let's take a step back instead of last week, 2 weeks ago, the first or 2 sessions ago when Younger wasn't here the first time. What happened the first time we didn't have our mad mage with us? Oh, see me.
Younger, have you played since we left what's the god realm that we were in?
The Lucklands. You guys were in the Lucklands.
Oh, you okay? So so we left the Lucklands. Turns out the real world has been fighting the gods for 3 years.
Yep.
We killed Kung Fu God. It was actually really easy. Stinger ate him.
I would not say that was easy, but I'll take that narrative. I like it.
We don't let him know any of the big things. We just tell him the major plot point so that he finds out those genuinely within the session, since his character hasn't been there the whole time.
Okay.
We ran from the lightning one.
Yeah, the lightning, the Valkyrie god.
I mean, to be fair, there was a kaiju battle.
There was a kaiju battle. Sophie.
It was pretty epic.
Sophie became kaiju.
Oh wow! Okay.
Not permanently, just for the battle.
That crossbow is dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
Younger,
is gone.
They've been given the Spain bow.
I'm not gonna ask which one.
Not the ship destroying one, the one for the monk.
Though that one was used for ship destroying.
Gotcha. Okay. So there's now a ship destroying bow of doom.
That was also a sad moment. Like a pretty epic with the crossbow, but also pretty sad.
You're missing a very key plot point that our friend Younger should probably know.
Oh,
heck, I'll say 2 key plot points.
We got a cordon stone.
Artificial one.
An artificial one.
Okay, we got artificial cordon stone. Check.
Coma's gone.
Dead.
Coma died.
Dead.
Yep.
There's a lot of
Coma passed on.
How did Coma die fighting?
Coma's the reason why the martial artist god is actually dead.
Was such an easy bitch to murder.
Yeah.
So easy to kill, a bug got him.
So we've got 2 gods left. We've got the lightning Valkyrie scary one.
But how though? You guys gotta explain why Coma died to vanquish said god. What happened? This is important knowledge, A, for Younger as a player, and B, for his character later.
So we use the fuck you god rune, which
Okay.
takes away the divinity. We used that twice. We had a lackey use their soul, which that shot then now has removed Funeral's ability to create clones of himself, like hologram clones of himself.
Okay.
And then she used her shot to take care of martial artist bitch, and then she passed on. And then after that, so if we went big, Val is back in the fight again.
That's the important part.
And yeah,
I thought Val got turned into a jelly.
yep,
Okay.
that is true.
Val is alive somehow.
So we
Yeah,
found a
the-
simulacrum or a failed clone of her, and used that to cast True Resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice. Interesting.
And then last session was kind of the fallout. We had a jokey joke shopping session, right? But what else did you guys do?
Oh, Sophie got a big fuck off hammer from the little annoying guy.
Yeah, it's on loan.
We
Yeah.
also got an interesting ship in a bottle. That's very useful.
Oh yeah.
Right. No.
The whole point of last session. The whole point of last session was getting the ship in the bottle. Anyway, continue. I mean, yeah, because of the polls.
Yeah.
And we took it somewhere. Where'd we go?
Past an army, over a town that looked like it defended itself, and then we ended up fighting Terraskew. Or Tarask, however you say it.
Fucking Terraskew, what the?
That's
That's
how
what it
snakes
was.
pronounce it, Trask.
What
That's
is
not
it?
copyright.
Terraskew.
I was gonna say, is that the French variation? Terraskew.
No.
Baguette, death.
I am
It's
rescue.
That's how my friends used to pronounce it.
Oh,
They were
okay.
very wrong.
I really appreciate that pronunciation, honestly. Okay, but
Welcome
no,
to
you
the
guys
new
were heading
lore.
to lineage. Just to clarify things, to remind you where you were heading. The Trask battle last session was 100% random. Roll of the dice. I gave you all a big choice of, hey, how BS do you want this random encounter to be? And you picked the biggest check mark. And you successfully won, which was way more surprising considering your casters had, like, no advantage.
Oh yeah, Barrymore
You guys
was
were
useless. Rhett came in clutch.
you guys were doing that fantastic little 17 points of sunburn damage every 10 seconds. Trask over here, annoyed.
So, who Trask was it?
The bards. The bard summoned a Trask out of Moonlight Shadow, and we learned that Trask can't hurt themselves.
Yeah. So
No.
we fought a Tarask with a hologram of a Tarask.
They grappled.
They just kept grappling each other because they don't do magical damage.
They're
Ah,
immune to physical damage.
So
that's so stupid.
yeah,
They didn't even have like an acid spit or something that would, have it. When Trask fight each other, they spit on each other really hard and then they die. Now they just had to just
No,
fight
it's just like
continuously forever.
dragons in Skyrim. They're
They
just
have-
using the voice. Just
Just have it cough up a magical dagger next time.
Right, you just
I think at that point it might be like whichever one. It's when two goats lock their horns together and now they're just stuck there, and it's whoever dies first.
whoever starves out. Nice. Anyway, we beat the Trask, and everyone who was part of the battle, unfortunately for you, Younger, you are missing this cool boon, gained a genetic change is the easiest way to describe what happened to all of the character types. all of the characters became excessively lean muscle. I mean, their charisma didn't change, but like their outward appearance, they look tighter is a better description of their physique. For the what were the other descriptors for it? Because it did give you some pretty serious bonuses.
So I think
that I did not write down like an idiot.
15
Um,
more HP, 1 legendary
Yep.
resistance, once per day, return to sender magic, and resist against.
I think you got it all, but could you say that one time again a little slower for the last three?
Oh,
So the 15
I
plus
am
health.
so sorry.
You're good.
15 plus health, 1 legendary resistance, once per day. You're able to return magic, sending. Somebody casts on you, just go back at you, buddy. And then resistance against.
Resistance against magic. Is it all time? I gotta look. I have my notes on here. This is why I didn't write it down because I have it in my notes.
Are these characters just gonna replace the gods that they murdered?
What's a high probability?
There is power vacuum.
Okay, so yes.
You know what they say
15
about
HP.
vacuum? They suck. Jeez.
Okay, so clarification, because it's the 15 HP, and then every level afterwards you get 1 more HP, which we're level 20, we don't get any extra. You get battle hardened, which is you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened. So it's not spell deflection. It is you can't be scared. You get 1 legendary resistance per day, and then reflective defense once per long rest when you're targeted by a spell of 3rd level or lower that requires a ranged attack. You can use your reaction to reflect the spell back at the caster, as if you had cast the spell yourself.
Fireball.
The fireball is not is an AoE attack.
Oh, targeted. Yep.
How upset they're gonna be when I cast darkness on them, and then they cast it on me, but I'm within 15 feet of them.
But magic missile deflection, hilarious.
Ooh.
Oof.
I'm trying to think of all the other. There's not a lot of level 3 spells that you can deflect, but you can yeet a cantrip, no problem. Just not fam.
But
No
Eldritch
cantrip.
Blast.
Scorching Ray.
Scorching ray would be good. Yeah, honestly I think deflecting Eldritch Blast is a cantrip. I mean, but you can. It's a cantrip, so technically, even at its highest level, you can now deflect it. Which is
Guiding Bolt, too.
40-10. Guiding Bolt up to 3rd level.
Inflict wounds.
Nope. That's a range. That's not a ranged attack. That's a touch.
Oh, duh.
No, so only ranged attacks.
Yes, I said that right. Targeted by.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, requires a
arrow. Yeah.
ranged. Yeah. Anyway, you have that. That's on your character. Try to remember. But again, Magic User McGee, you do not get it because you did not fight the Trask with us.
What was I doing since I wasn't doing that?
Good question.
Was I muttering my orb in the sky?
The orb in the sky. No, so last we heard is you got summoned by your patron. And so you were you were sucked off to the shadow world. So as a narrative bit, I would like you to tell us what you were doing. What do you think your character has been doing for the last how long we've been traveling? About a week without him?
At least.
Yeah.
Because we traveled for a week before we even hit the Trask.
Yeah. So you've been gone for 10-ish days before you will appear in a puff of shadow at our camp shortly after the next night after defeating the Trask. Also, as a note, we're like just outside of Lineage.
Okay. What
Also, I'm gonna mute
What would you
myself real
say the character's power level compared to my patron would be at this point?
quick. Say that one more time. What about your patron?
What would you compare my character's power level compared to the patron I serve?
Ooh, okay. So, that's a really good question. Because your patron is not a god; he is just a shadow lord, right?
A Nightwalker, which I think is like a CR 17 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be as strong or stronger than him. Let me take a look at these here stats of the 5th edition Nightwalker.
Nope, challenge rating 20.
Okay, so let's see here. Yes, you're 20.
Still 4 times stronger than me, supposedly. I don't know. I think it would probably be something along the lines of having a discussion about elements of the future in regards to, killing various gods and giving such wonderful pieces of artifacts, to my patron for this.
I want to make a note that we could kick your patron's ass with ease.
Yes.
I think you by yourself could probably kick your patron's ass with ease at this point. Just saying. So I will take it away a little bit. So the future bit is he is calling his contract off with you, as you are now competition and not a servant.
Okay.
All that's going to do for your character, though, is just you don't have a patron anymore to call on. He is now not antagonistic, but again, you could kick his ass, right? You really have no loyalty to him at this point, right? You've always been a servant of someone else, and he was kind of just the deity that gave you the upgrades and whatnot. So your last week has been going through a trial to redeem your contract, more or less, right? To put you on equal footing with your patron, and prove that you are not going to stab him in the back now that you are as strong as he is, right? It was basically your last 10 days was making sure you get to keep all the things that he gave you, without negative consequences or having to murder him or something at this point. It does negate the fact that you could go back and murk him later, but for now, you guys are on good terms still, but you cannot call on him, right? Or as a per your contract, because your contract is now null and void. You can call on
it
him,
kind
but
of makes sense.
He's just a dude.
Rather than an undead creature as well.
That too.
Which was the portion of, the purpose of the contract was fulfilled by other people, which have probably long since died.
This is true.
And I'm alive, and I now have the powers of the other. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm no longer tethered to my patron.
That's the first thing.
For the first time in 1,000 years, I'm my own person.
That's the first thing.
But Rosie didn't know I'm my own person.
That is the first thing Marzek says as he puffs out of the shadow smoke. Those are the first real lines that he says. How do you guys react to that? You're half asleep, and you just hear Marzek go, "I'm a free man for the first time in 1,000 years."
Val throws a pillow at him and says, "Shut up, I am trying to sleep. You bastard."
Sleep? Sleep? Why are you all sleeping?
Because he's an elf.
Because we just fought at Tarask, dude. Where the hell have you been?
Yeah, it's a long day.
I've been walking in the shadow for a while. It's a really long walk.
Good for you.
fill him in with a song on everything that's happened since he left.
You're updated via song. Roll your d12 to see how you're feeling about it.
Oh, baby, come back! I got an 8.
You know, it's a good song. You're enjoying the ditty.
Okay. Oh. So. So that's wonderful. And our other friend is dead. So that's wonderful.
I was gonna say this is the first time him seeing Val again. BT dubs.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were gelatinized.
No, I was consumed by the gelatin. Very different. And also, nowhere near as fun as being turned into.
Do you remember the process being dissolved, or
Every excruciating second.
okay? I was just
Ooh.
recent.
Rough.
You killed a trunk. That's pretty crazy. Is it just laying around somewhere?
Profi's gonna sit up quickly and go, no, it melted into nothing. Actually, I take that back. There is a skeleton, but all the fleshy bits came off.
Somebody say skeleton.
Somebody say bones? Where?
Younger, always the man to hop on the bones. Bones out, Younger's on top riding. You know what I mean?
Was Fran still alive last time Marzax was here?
No, because that happened after we came back.
No. Yep, she's dead again.
He's dead again.
For good this time.
Did she die?
Well, it's part of an invitation. Oh.
So
Wait, no. He's got her head. Never mind.
Oh,
I mean, to be fair, we could probably reanimate her head.
Profi leans over. Did you say reanimate her head?
Yeah, I mean, put it in a jar, feed it some head flakes. Oh, it'd be great.
What in the Futurama-esque bullshit are you talking about right now?
to be fair, it would be possible.
Just turn it into a flying.
I look over at Barrymore. That's on you, Fram. I wouldn't let them do that to my sister, and I didn't like most of them.
I don't want to do it. I was just giving an option.
I'm just saying, I remember specifically Fran saying it was okay if we used her body and reanimated parts of it. I have a list of all of you who have agreed.
Wait. She did give permission or did not?
That was the only person I got permission from.
Well, Barrymore, I go back to asking you the question. Thoughts? Lawrence? I'm about to send him to the Shadow Realm.
This is actually Barrymore's
There he goes.
answer. just for silent staring, and then goes right back to bed.
Just asleep. All right, we'll see if he comes back in a minute. But we'll move forward just a little bit and get the answer to that question later. So you guys are on the edge of lineage, right? The high magic town, as it is now known, or the 5 high magic towns. Can you guys roll me a history check to see what you know about this place?
Okay, that's pretty good.
Every time you
28.
28. Nice. Good roll. Okay,
That's Val.
you'll know a lot, Val. Surprise, surprise. You probably lived here at one point in your life. Rhett, I don't know what's up with your lighting, but it is so bright for you.
It is dark in this room, and it's bright on the screen. I don't know why.
you
do a little bit.
You just look like you're constantly getting flashbanged.
I wish.
Flashbang blowing up.
Rhett rolled dirty 20 and Stinger critically failed.
Okay, surprise, surprise, the bug knows nothing about the town. And Rhett also lived here at one point in his life.
Wow, I got a 22.
You also have been a resident of this town. You guys know all about this town somehow, some way. Just for S's and G's, let's see about your boy Profi over here.
This is where we find out he also lived in this town.
This was where Profi was born.
Time out. I mean, I rolled pretty good. I have an 8 history, and I rolled a 17. That's a 25. I have also lived in this town. So long before my psychic powers kind of kicked in, I was tested for magic aptitude here and spent at least some time here in my childhood trying to learn magic. And as you all know, I'm really, really good at magic when people teach me. I just have no aptitude because I'm psychic, and that kind of negates magic abilities. Great student, poor potential.
Valid.
You're like, I understand the lore and the background and the history and magic theory, but I can't fucking light one candle.
I have terrible handwriting, and you expect me to write in books all the time. You want all of these sides to actually point correctly in the triangle where I make obtuse instead of acute, you know what I mean? Like, the shapes matter and I don't care.
Well, no, I think Profi makes it cute.
Thanks, Rhett. Needed that today.
Okay, I got you.
You could have finished the compliment, but I'll take a unfinished angle.
It ends there.
Just makes it cute.
It's a cute-
A cute what? What do I make? I don't understand. What you talking about? So Barrymore, I'm gonna roll for him to see where he's at because he might not be with us today. Rolling power outages. Though he was on his phone, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean much.
That's cool.
5. Okay, so of all the party members, Barrymore, the noble, who does magic, has never been to this town.
I do magic.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, it kind of makes sense, though, because he's a sorcerer, and this is, like, way more mage-focused and warlock-focused, as it does all about the fundamentals and not necessarily natural magic. And so there's 5 towns that you guys could be from. I need you all to roll me a d10, divide by 2, give me your number, kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, all that fun stuff. Determines what color you guys were in when you were here.
0.5.
So got a 1.
So 1. Okay.
Give him 2.
4.5.
Okay. Sorry. Let me rephrase this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What grouping are you in?
I got number 1. I'm number 1.
Grouping 1. Okay, grouping 1. Grouping 3. Okay, and I am also grouping 3. So, 2 1s and 2 3. That's really funny. So, you two were in gold grouping. We were in red grouping. Which actually fits really well, ironically, because gold grouping is the head household, whatever you want to call it. It comes from the line of I'm drawing a blank. Younger, what's his name?
Aram.
Thank you. Aram's lineage is from the golds, and is heavily magic leadership focused. The reds, on the other hand, were warrior class yahoos, so kind of your everyday people that slip in and learn magic and defense stuff, and lots of guards come for training once they hit a certain rank and want to pick up some magic stuff. This is where they're sent to, that kind of thing.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
Rhett is a direct descendant of Arum.
Well, that would totally make sense.
Because I am a direct descendant of Arum.
That's really funny. If he was here today, he'd know. He'd know both of you, but he's not because he's in space currently. But that being said, you guys are all here doing your things. You all know one major. Sorry, everyone rolled above 20. So two. Sorry, brain fart here. 3 major facts about the city. Everyone here knows 3 major facts. So we're all going to give our major facts about the city. And then we'll go from there. Barrymore, on the other hand, who is now back, knows nothing. He's listening to us tell our major facts. You guys will say something, and if it is appropriate for city lore, I will agree or expand upon what you say.
I'll start.
Okay.
Well, Arum was one of the primary members of law.
Okay.
So that's one. The second thing is there was once a dragon here.
Still here.
Okay.
There's a dragon statue in the middle of town.
Yeah. And then the third, I'm going to make it be something simple. There is a great hidden magical bar hidden underneath this structure.
Somewhere in the gold section?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a bar somewhere that Younger knows about. Noted. Jumping on to Rhett. Rhett! You're in the red district, or at least know about the red light district. Haha. Where, what do you need to know? What do you remember about this place?
Well, the red house of the school throws the wildest frat parties. The patrons of the Winking Lizard tip the biggest. And dude, I don't know. Madame Rousseau gives the best ZJs in the world.
ZJs. That's a new one.
And if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Trying to things that start with Z over here.
Yep.
Okay, so Barrymore will be out, but hanging out with us. Feel free to pop in chat as you need to do things and whatnot, I guess. Sorry you can't talk, but that's okay. You're kind of just along for the ride. I'm gonna say for simplicity's sake, since you won't be around, is you're gonna just explore the city and give some time to figure out the whole sister head in a jar situation, whether or not you wish to allow the necromantic tendencies of the group to do their thing. Also, side note, Bones McGee, well, you made jokes about Bones. Did you actually examine those at all?
I mean, I would have at least, at a minimum,
Okay.
maybe take one of them pinky toes or something.
We will cutscene back to that in a minute. We'll get past the facts first. Okay. Looking down at you there, Val. Oh, what about Sophie? Has Sophie been here before?
Well, let's 22.
Gosh, okay, so everyone's been to lineage. Why wasn't this like our first thought as a group? Let's go to the Magic City that we all lived in at one point.
Wait, you all? That's crazy. I lived here too.
Oh, that means I should probably roll to see where she was at.
Yes, please.
8.
8.
So 4.
You were in. Let's see. So.
For 3.
Sorry, white.
Right.
Shit.
No. Blue. Sorry, I'm trying to remember the colors. So it's gold, silver, red, blue, green. Does that sound right, Younger?
I mean, it makes sense to me.
I'm gonna say it's that one because it's been a long time since I've been there. Wait, I have the original. Dang it! I have the second original. The original map has it colored, and so I have it's on there forever. but not my updated version that looks cleaner. Anyway, you're from blue section. Blue sections are tradesmen's and craftsmen's. They are much more the logistics house, as they are called. Right? They focus
Gotcha.
on getting supplies and things like
That's
that.
that's where Sophie learned how to do her whole runic magic and whatnot.
That would be crazy.
Um,
So you have 6 things you
so
have to tell us about. Congratulations.
God, that's fine. Okay. Um,
Barrymore is going up on a drunken tangent. After your guys' little raid, he's just taking a break. He needs some time.
valid. Val has secret laboratory here.
Okay,
More like a safe house.
that's a good fact. I
This
like that.
is the city that she stayed in before she lost her arms way back in the day. And she is friends with somebody of some type of stature within the main research hub. Then Sophie
Do you mean the
is where
university?
she learned.
There's a university here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sophie learned her runic magic here. She
Okay, so people use runes here.
has
Noted.
has an inn with some of the like top magic item makers in the city. And I don't know. Maybe there's just some really weird like X that lives in this city for her. I don't really know. I don't.
Perfect. I'll make
There you
that funny
go.
later. So, Profi,
Um,
things that he'll tell you guys about this place. The security here is super lax because of all the defensive spells and things like that. The guards are basically useless, and everyone knows it. So there's a thriving black market, basically in every section. Also, there's a hidden arena below the university where they sometimes fly mythical creatures, i.e., Trask and dragons and things like that, to test wizard skills. Which might explain why there was one not too far away from our current location.
Lawrence just typed in, said Barrymore should just be mourning, find a tavern or a temple, and I'll just listen.
Right. I'm sorry. I guess on my screen it popped up to where I could read it already, so I assumed you guys all saw it at the same time.
I didn't know if you saw it or not.
My bad. That's why I said he's off to go drink and be upset about what you guys said. So, before we get too far into the city, I'm going to recut scene back to Younger in this pile of bones. They're Trask bones. What would you like to know about them? Do with them?
I would like to see if I could be able to harvest any that could be possibly utilized in the creation of magical weapons.
So you would know that the Trask remnants are very good for anti-magical weapons. So they're not good for magic weapons, but for anti stuff, they're great.
Okay.
If you make armor out of it, it seems to deflect most magic spells, things like that. So like it's super useful. Obviously the teeth and the claws are great weapons by themselves. They're super sharp. They you know what I mean they go through just about anything you can think of. They're not adamantite or anything special like that, but they do have their own properties.
Okay. Normally, I would be trying to go and grab a weapon or something. I would like to see if I could harvest a piece of bone or something to the effect for a shield, like an anti-magic shield.
Interesting choice. Go ahead and roll me a survival check, and actually start with the percentile. Roll, then go from there.
Where is
Did
my
we all
D10?
take something from this
Sure.
task, or is this just a Mars?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, you guys are all there. We can spend some time ahead of time harvesting what's left of
I
it.
got a
Then yes.
percentage.
Would you roll one more time?
28%.
Okay, not great.
Okay,
we
now
rolling
it's your mic
hundreds?
check.
Yep, survival checked.
Baby. Oh, fuck. That's a 2.
Yeah, so you don't really have the tools to be harvesting anything from this. All of your magic stuff that you would be using just doesn't seem to work on it.
Makes sense. My carpenter's tools aren't good enough.
Okay, who's next?
Could I take? I don't know if this is gonna do anything for me or not. I'm gonna take like a tooth and make like a loot pick.
So these think of like T-Rex teeth. You know, they're the size of your arm.
You know, cut it down a little bit, like
I
maybe
mean,
just like a tip, just a little.
a lot of it, but okay. You're trying to cut the tip off a tooth. What'd you roll for your percentile?
Percentile. 96.
Wow, the quality's great. Go ahead, roll your survival check to see if you can pull this off.
Yeah, my survival's not awesome. 2+, so +3. Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is good enough to get you a Tarrasque pick.
Yeah, the pick of destiny.
You said dick.
Oh,
Jurassic.
Nah,
I thought you were like, I want to carve the tooth into the shape of a phallus.
You go and beat him with it.
Ironically, that would have been easier than what he did. Considering again, no magic, you're literally just chipping there at it with your weapons for quite some time before finally you get a good sizable piece that you could consider using with your instruments. I don't know what you plan to do with it besides sell it because it's probably worth something, and or just have something super cool. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
If you guys remember, you were compelled to eat the Tarrasque flesh before it oozed away.
Alrighty.
Listening.
I would like to get a big enough bone to do what Marzex was saying, like to get a tooth for Sophie and like a chunk of bone to be able to make some type of like armor.
Okay.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll your percentile for both characters.
Alrighty. First one was a 61.
Okay, good.
The other one was a 86.
Much better. Okay. So the 61 is your bony attacky. You just want tooth, right? Is what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. That easy peasy. Go ahead and roll your survival check.
17.
Good enough to pull it out. So you are able to remove a tooth in its hole. Again, it's about the size of your forearm, so it by itself could make a pretty good dagger, or you can modify it into a spear or something like that. It is razor sharp, though.
Awesome.
As sharp as a scooter, as one might say.
What?
Get it? A razor scooter?
A razor
Oh, God. All right.
You can see yourself out.
And Val's turn for pulling out the trunk to make it. I'm gonna use luck on that because that was awful.
Oh fuck! I could have used luck. God damn it!
Alrighty, that is also a 17.
Okay. So you are able to pull out a pretty thick piece of shoulder plate. It's not perfectly intact by any means, but it's pretty good. So you're pretty confident you could turn it into something with the right amount of time and craftsmanship.
Awesome.
Or you could talk to a master artisan and see what they can do for you.
Before we go to, assuming it's the same night, before we go to sleep or whatever, I'm gonna come over to Sophie and be like, "Hey, got any cool runes you could put on this thing that might make it actually do something?"
Well, maybe, but I don't know how, Tarask bones, Terrasque bones will actually, you know,
That's the
take to runic magic.
oh
Oh, that's very
yeah,
fair.
that's a good point. I mean, we could try. I'll pull up the mansion. You can have any tools you want.
Sure, why not?
You
Give it a
mean
good
bad
shot.
tools?
And we take it into the mansion. The transport just explodes.
Right?
Puts the tooth on the table and it just melts through it.
Okay, so speaking of your magical tooth, I need you to roll a 1 through 4.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I guess a D4 would probably do a 1 through 4, huh?
Correct.
1.
1. Well, that's the lamest choice, but okay. So while you're using so while experimenting with this Tarask tooth, you notice that you get a +2 +2 bonus to your performance checks and attack rolls made with that instrument.
Oh, that's not bad at all, dude. I can't fail them now.
I mean, you can always roll a 1, but yeah.
Yeah.
Always a 5% chance.
Even when he rolls a 1, he automatically gets a 10, which means he automatically gets a 12 plus his.
Ridiculous.
So that now
I
gives my
have
performance a +15.
So, wow, ridiculous. Sophie, what kind of weapon are you trying to turn your thing into? And we're just gonna kind of yada yada through things really quick.
I was hoping that she'd be able to turn it into a spear. That'd be really good for her.
Okay.
Like,
Again, just turning it into a spear. I will, without doing any craziness to it, just as a base for it being a Tarask item. Go ahead and roll a 1d4 as well.
okay.
When you're
Lucky
done doing
dice. What?
when you're done doing the Val and Sophie stuff, do you want me to roll for Barry so he can actually get something?
Sure, that's fine with me. Barry, you're listening, so
Okay.
pay attention because this was a cutscene while you were still with us. But yeah, go ahead.
I'll roll him now. You can do the rest of Sophie and Val's stuff.
I was gonna say I gotta roll Profi stuff too. 57 on the dice and a 11 plus something. Survival of 2, 13, baby. Yeah, I'm able to pull something out, but it's not super great.
So I got a 52 on the percentile and a dirty 20 on the survival.
Wonderful. Okay, so Barrymore, if you're listening, if you want to type what you were looking for, so we can apply that appropriately.
He's actually typing right now.
Yes.
He was typing.
Now, what kind of did you give me a 1d4 for what you rolled for the spear's innate property?
Yes. I rolled a 1.
We have not yet gotten to town, Barry.
Okay, so this has +3 piercing naturally.
Gotcha.
So it literally just cuts through 3 AC automatically.
Damn.
Generally not a stat you add to D&D 5e weapons, but Trash Tooth equals we bend the rules. What did he say?
He has not said anything as of this moment.
He
He's
did.
typing now.
He definitely did. but that's okay. Okay, so no. So I don't get anything cool because I broke the bones the way I did. There wasn't anything super salvageable with what it is. It's good quality, so I'm gonna make mine into a necklace.
Should still be worth money.
I mean, at a minimum, or a cool memento.
Way cooler than the trinket item table.
Right? Alright. There's 4 options here. I'm going to roll a 1d4 just like I did with the rest of you to make this quote unquote innate thing a 4! This bone is real ominous, y'all. I don't know what it looks like, but it strikes fear into whoever looks at it. Literally, fearsome presence. You use an action to unleash a terrifying roar. Each creature of your choice within 60 feet of you is aware. You must succeed on a DC 18 Wisdom save or be frightened for 1 whole minute. And then, regular frightened rules. They get to save every turn, blah, blah, blah. Once they're scared once, they can't get scared again.
That's really apt for to rescue. I think that works.
I'm not arguing.
I asked Barry what bone he wants, and I think he's been typing. He's probably thinking. And now he's on the clock.
Tick tock. And you know what they say about the meat of the flesh of dead gods.
Rob.
He wants a rock bone.
Rib? I think he meant rib bone.
Pretty sure he meant rib bone. We're gonna go rib bone. All right.
Rob bone from
rib. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Barrymore, one more time. We need you to roll a 1d4 to see what this rib bone's effect is. So a rib bone would make a really nice bow. When given to the right person.
Or a shovel.
Or a shovel? Shut up. Shovel it is somewhere else.
Shit. Sophie should have turned the tooth in a bunch of
a 1.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
Interesting. Second,
Interesting.
Interesting. We're continuing the puns. I say I like it. None of the tables I made so far make any sense. So. Oh, okay. So, huh. When you hit a creature with an attack using this bow, this creature takes an additional 2d8 piercing damage.
Wow.
Oh.
He said the words out loud. He was so surprised we heard his voice. Impressive for someone on mute.
Right. Screw my phone's battery, I guess. I don't know.
Plug it in. Plug it in.
Is it a short? Yeah, right.
What are you proficient with? Because obviously you would make something that you are able to use, or that you think is pretty. Honestly, it's probably oversized AF, so it's more likely a longbow than anything. Or I could really fuck with you and say it's a great bow, and you have to get a special proficiency to use it.
You can only put your feet.
Pretty.
Can Profi use it?
I can use short bows. I do not have longbow proficiency.
Yeah, anyone here have or what you
So we could do it.
Right on.
I have longbow proficiency.
Oh, Rhett can do it.
All right. Give it your right.
Barrymore just holds it all the time and hands it to the bard. Get him. Okay, well, we're moving on.
I'll find something good.
You guys can sell, trade, do whatever with those items. None of them need attunement. That is just the base level of the Taras bits. If you get them enchanted or done other things, it's something different. But there's that. While doing this, though, you have destroyed the skeleton enough to where it cannot be used to be, summoned back to chomp on people or anything like that. So, back in town. You guys remember the objectives of what you were trying to do here in town? No? Why did we come here with such haste? Why was it so important? So, you're here to learn about the artificial cordon stone, right? Because you are pretty sure it was crafted here by someone who's alive, or maybe find the research section, yada yada yada. Val was very helpful and says she knows someone who works in the Silver Dormitories, which is where the administration and whatnot kind of do their thing, right? They don't necessarily run the town, but they run the school. They're the education side of stuff.
So are we going over there to talk to them? I mean, I could always go to the market area if I need to get this bone extra crafted.
I
to
have
make
a
it-
question
I have an answer.
for this. So, is the Silver Wing, like the people who are in charge of the school, are they like Arm's descendants?
No, if you remember correctly, he was from the Golds.
Okay, I was just like trying to figure. And then the second question I had is, you asked me earlier what I was doing. Instead of it just ending my personal contract, could it end the contract for my family?
Was your whole family connected to that walker?
Like, overall, yes.
Well, you want to roll for it to see if
I'll roll.
the deity was willing to play. So we're gonna back travel because this seems like something fun. So I'm gonna pull up the map over here. Click on my screen, so it's nice and big so everyone can see it. Turn on the thing here. All right, everyone see the map. There's my hands. Younger, your color today was yellow and mine was orange. Are you alright with that?
That's fine.
Okay, so this is representing the games that you were playing with your god. With that being said, we're gonna put them in a tower because product placement. Check out our cool new towers. Rules are as per the usual, except for with this one, ties just restart the round. Whoever wins 3 times is the winner of the contract itself. So obviously we've already set up that you yourself will be free, but this is you basically removing the deity's claim to any of your descendants or anything like that, right? Without them making their own contracts, so on and so forth. He doesn't have claim to anything that you may or may not have made in your lifetime.
Okay.
All right, you're yellow, I'm orange. Here we go. First up, crushed it. That's 1 win. Number 2. 2 times in a row. Dang. Early lead. Will the deity come back, or are you just going to talk him out of everything and he's like, nah, fam, it ain't worth it? A tie. Nothing happens. All right, he gave you a little bit of guff. Oh, hey. Ooh. Oh, and again! 3 times the crushing. All right,
Good
Lawrence.
night, Lauren.
Good night, buddy.
Crushing it.
Seriously, you beat me on scissors all 3 times. All right, well, so yeah, totally, 100%. Your contract with your quote unquote family and any claims the Shadow Walker, Nightwalker had on your lineage has been removed.
I will let them know since I'm in town.
They're not here, are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, literally. This was where I was turned into one. A mummy.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh no. That makes it so much
You wanna go
worse
again?
considering you're from Gold House. So, Yeah, that's interesting to know that you are no longer under their services. You've broken the contract that you've made on all grounds. Like you're no longer undead. You're basically the oldest head of the family. There will be shenanigans, and we'll get to that later.
Around here.
So, the lot of you, where would you like to head in this magical city? Again, your biggest goal for the story at this point is figuring out the cordon stone, if you can make more, where to find stuff. Those kind of things are what you came here to even figure out. What happens with the cordon stone, because again, you guys are just guessing what will happen. If this one was a failure or a success, or what the thing was, because again, the only thing that the orb of knowledge told Profi is it was a solution to his problems.
Well, since we've got gold people, and the gold people are like the hoity-toity nerds, right? We
Yes,
should
but
probably go talk to them.
now just as a note, again, ironically, younger was in Goldhouse. That the yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about it. We'll lore dump later. So that's what you want to do. You want to go talk to the heads of the Gold family.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh yeah. Oh sure. Why not?
Oh,
Wow.
let's just go and do it.
Oh wow. Just
Wow.
just let's just go. Let's just right on by. So you guys make your way up to the tower attached to the university where the Gold family's main residence is. There is a large stone gargoyle that guards the entrance. Kind of silly looking, but it literally stands in front of the door. As you get closer, there doesn't really seem any way around it until Handy Dandy Marzek says some magical word. What magical word do you say to move this gargoyle out the fucking way?
Open sesame.
He opened sesames, just basic bitch mode. He used password for password. And it worked. The gargoyle stands up, stretches a second, moves to the side, and I thought you were undead.
I am obviously quite alive and well. Surprised you recognize me.
It's only been 300 years since the last time you were here, right?
Oh, I understand that, but I'm just surprised that you recognize me for how I look now.
You don't look...
Behind my face mask.
Fair.
How old are you? That's the real question.
I don't know. Aram crafted me, so old.
Got it. Old. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Who's all in town?
All of us. We're all. Barrymore is off drinking. That is the only member of our party that has stepped away for the moment.
Okay, I meant from the family, the gold. Like who's important here?
Well, the Lord is here as per the usual. He entered this morning and hasn't left. Several other smaller family members, and two guests from the south. I didn't catch their names. They were hurried in, but they smelled of curry and tomato sauce.
Maybe they're here to curry favor, but flavor. No, I will. Would I be able to insight or anything as to from the south? Like, what is from the south of this point that might be important?
I mean, it's the southern continent. So like they could be talking about Le Pen or Brandon Weir. Heck, they could even be Avon. Those are all major cities. I mean, it's probably not Lizard Tooth. As much as you as a player love Lizard Tooth, it's probably not the cannibalistic death lizard. But with their description of curry and tomato sauce, they might be from Jerkson.
Okay.
Or Ishala. Those are two places known for both of those ingredients.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, who is the current lord?
The current
Just
lord.
the lord.
Are you asking the gargoyle, or do you just?
No, let's get the DM right now.
Okay, just making sure. So the current lord, is Lord. Oh man, what's a good family name for you guys?
I mean, there's Duskbringer, but
Yeah, it's been a Duskbringer for quite some time.
okay. So no first name. Gotcha. Check.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lord Duskbringer will get you to whoever you need. You assume he has a first name, obviously, but you probably don't know it. You've been asleep.
Okay.
Oh, actually, how old are you again?
Now 1,100
Yeah, okay,
years.
Never mind. I was like, it could be one of your siblings, but then no. You're an elf. They'd be tapped out quite some time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably a pretty old nephew.
How old is he, by chance?
This one is 300 years old.
That's fairly young. Okay. Check. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we need to go to his office, right?
Sure.
Might as well.
So you just waltz into the tower, no problem.
I know the place.
You confidently walk in the door with your entourage and several of the standing family members on the lower level and servants that are cleaning up the stairs and whatnot. You notice they're wearing green uniforms. The servants, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And you see other people in various other colors. There's silvers, there's blues, there's red, kind of in the area, but they're being all escorted by a gold member, and everyone kind of just looks at you because none of us are in the appropriate colors.
Wearing an archaic version of this, of because I'm wearing all elven armor.
Yeah, old ass elven
Like,
armor that's falling
really
apart at the
old.
seams. Yes.
You can see the gold, but it's been so dirtied, and it's instead of being nice cloth and vibrant velvety colors, it's very tattered.
Do I have pressed
No, even if you
Clean up
press the
the-
dictation, you're it's just so old. It's just now been a darker.
I've got mending. I could probably fix that too.
You can't fix the holes.
No, you can fix the
Where
hole.
it-
That's the whole thing about mending. Anyway.
No, mending fixes tears. It's not torn. There's holes in it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, you guys get the stink eye, but again, he's confidently walking, so no one's stopping him for some reason.
Yep. Streamlined for wherever the Lord's primary door is.
Yeah, you guys climb up the tower. It's a pretty steep climb, but 10 floors later, you're at the top, and you enter what looks to be an office the size of a small ballroom. It has open, clear windows to see the entire town, and you'll notice that the inside has glass everywhere, whereas on the outside, it looked like a regular tower cap.
Hey, Marzex. I feel like you should enter with some gusto. So let me be your herald, and I'll announce your arrival.
Okay, if you could provide me with some, pump me up. All
right, yeah, I'm gonna be Marzex's hype man. I'm gonna go in first and play a ditty and be like, "Now arriving is the great Lord Marzex Dustbringer."
Roll your performance. Don't forget your +2.
Yes, sir. Ooh, someone want to luck me real quick? Someone got a luck?
Yeah, Sophie will luck you.
Okay. Oh, one.
Woo!
Be even better,
okay.
you walk in there and slam your face to the ground.
So that would be a 35.
You tenacious deed the hell out of this. Just the greatest song ever that no one could ever know. So,
He's more than a
Mars X,
You-
you have advantage on your first 3 rolls in this discussion.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, so first open the door. Where is he in regards to the room? Is he just at his desk?
He is sitting there with a gaggle of students, and I'm going to preface this: these students aren't children; they are adult students.
Gotcha. I am going to walk in. I still have my shadow eye,
Mhm.
and it is going to be like
Oh man,
oozing.
he's anime villing really hard right now.
It's gonna be oozing out of like darkness, and shadow's gonna emanate from underneath, my cape as I'm walking by. Direct line and say,
The students kind of
"Excuse me."
part the way, like most of them look like they're grabbing for non-existent weapons. Because you guys are well armed, by the way.
Yeah.
Not to mention the
I'm going
Trask
to-
items that you're holding on to. As a side note, actually, you don't have any of your Trask items. We're gonna yada yada that one of Barrymore's duties was to take those to the place and things to get them actually finished and made for you.
Awesome.
And to do so, Sophie called in a favor. So you've burned up your cool weapon favor in this town.
Awesome. I'm assuming Val's getting a shield made with the bone.
Is that
You got
is that what you wanted?
armor, shield, whichever one would be
Which one do you want? Because they'll have different
easiest.
effects.
Armor.
What kind of armor? Do you want a helmet? Do you want like breastplate? Do you want leggings?
I think it would be easiest if she had it made into like sliding breastplates, kind of put over her armor deal, like scaling. Really.
Well, okay. So D&D esque. Do you want armor or do you want a helmet or leggings?
Armor.
Okay. So it'll the size of the piece that you pulled out will make it half plate. Can you use half plate?
I mean, I use full plate, right?
Okay. If you
But yeah.
use full plate, it'll have enough material for full plate. You roll well enough for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, you can totally do that. It'll turn into full plate, and as before, it'll be basic full plate, no magical stuff except for the innate ability. You want to roll me a 1d4 really quick?
4.
Ooh, interesting one. Once per long rest, you can gain the benefits of Stone Skin spell for an hour without requiring concentration. Oh, sorry, wrong item. Let me look at that again. It was good, but not quite. That was one of the options for my necklace.
Mm.
Also, stone skin on plate mail would be kind of stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm finding the right section. I made a lot of options for these. Where'd you go? I miss you, Sam. So when unyielding defense, when a attack would reduce you down to 0 hit points, you can use your reaction to instead drop to 1 hit point. Once you use this ability, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest.
Gotcha. So it's like the barbarian thing.
Yeah. But it's a reaction, so as long as you don't get schwacked twice to death, you can always stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
There's no limit on it.
That is actually pretty dope.
Fatal hit.
You just took 700 damage. Nah, I'm at 1 as a reaction. Disintegrate! Dead. Nope, I'm fine.
Power word kill. You thought.
For real, though.
Also, everyone should have 24 temporary hit points, by the way.
Noted.
Awesome.
All right.
That's important.
It is important. I agree. So he's doing the armor stuff. So you guys don't technically at the moment have your Trask at him. We'll get that later. But here he is, the Lord, the man. You've made your dramatic interest, and he goes.
How many people are here right now besides us?
Let me roll a d30 and tell you. 17.
I immediately unroll my scroll of pedigree and say, I have business with this man. The rest of you may leave.
All right, now you're going to make me do a crowd d12. They take poorly, but after a moment, the Lord stands up from his gaggle of people and kind of goes, this looks important. You should probably leave in case it gets unfortunate. So the gaggle of students wanders out slowly, though they seem to be, what's the right term? Apprehensive of your presence. Like you interrupted something important.
Probably. After they all go and bustle out of the room, I say, well,
Before you speak, and before I read your scroll of pedigree, just know that if you aren't actually a Dustbringer, I can have complete control over you in this room.
if I am a Dustbringer or if I'm not.
If you are not.
Well, you could certainly try.
Okay. He goes, hand me the scroll with your left hand.
Is he trying to control me too?
100%. It's a spell command, but
I grab my right hand and I show him.
An actual Dustbringer. Interesting. To my knowledge, there was only 3 of us alive. Or at least 3 that bared the name. And you said Marzex? Like
Yes.
Like the mummy Marzex?
Yes.
Ooh.
Dearest grand nephew.
You're supposed to be buried in a tomb somewhere.
Suppose I was. And suppose I am no longer.
Wait. Time out. There was a request to use you by
the Imperial Court?
No, there was a dwarvish family. I didn't know that actually got approved.
Yes, it did indeed. He died. I sent a message to those of the giant kin and to the dwarves in regards to his death.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is no longer that has no longer been on the table for a while. My services were then utilized by none other than one of the many princes of the empire, of which you know.
Those
probably.
bastards, huh? Great.
Yeah, they're all right.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with what's going on in the world. Good thing the Tullius are gone. They were a plague.
For background information, the Dustbringers have been in service to, contractually bound to them for ages.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kind of move in front of Profi and sort of it's okay, calm down.
Probably just stand in their way, and you know what I mean.
I say, well, considering there's only 3 who bear my name.
Mm-hmm. Well, that might explain why they sent a letter saying that you had been returned to the tomb a while ago. So, that was a lie. That'll be dealt with later. But, anyway, what brings you here and how are you alive? Also, what about this destroying the contract? And which prince are you serving? Or were you serving? Because I assume he died with the rest of the bastards.
I was serving none other than the great and honorable Profi Tullius, rightful emperor to the empire.
And how'd he die? The great
Oh.
and honorable. Those words don't go with the Tullius name.
Oh, well, you see, he is the one who is not dead.
Oh, where you got him hidden? In some golden casket somewhere? Keeping alive by magic?
You could say that. There's no place better to keep your friends or enemies than at your side at all times.
Profi over here died.
He could be in this room, you wouldn't
Sophie,
even know it.
for the Sophie, Val is just slowly turning her head.
I just can't. I can't hold it. I just real loud.
You figured it out.
So,
It's me.
anyway,
Toy.
anyways, considering there's only at the end of the day, I'm alive. I've killed gods.
Mm-hmm.
And
what?
I am no longer bound in service to the Nightwalker of the Shadowfell, as neither are yourself. If you wish to see yourself out of this house, you may do so at your own leisure, as may any living relatives. You are no longer contractually bound and are no longer in forced servitude to it and or the Empire as a whole.
I kind of
do with that what you...
I was gonna say I kind of guessed on the Empire. Our scouts have not revealed good things, and you said you killed gods, plural.
Well, as you see before you, as I show a flaming skeleton.
Flaming skeleton, cool.
That is the remnants of a god.
And you brought him inside the room of truth.
Indeed, I have. Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Have you caught me lying?
No. Nope.
Okay.
But you proved to me that the room has no effect on you already.
But so with that information, you should go on to at least live your life and create more Duskbringers, as you seem to have failed to thus far.
I mean,
and I
politely.
I will be
politely. I was in the process of working on it when you barged in.
You can work on it after you sign over the proper paperwork to me.
What do you mean?
I am taking my rightful position as the head of this house, as its oldest and most accomplished member.
Wow. Okay. He looks disheartened for a second, looks back at you and goes, well, them's the rules, I guess.
Your service will still be necessary at this location, but there will be changes.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you want me to keep doing things around here. You just want the title of head of the family?
Yes.
It's not fair. Why should I be punished for stepping down? I should be able to leave this room, as you said, and you take responsibility. If you want to be head of the family, you need to do all the things that go with it. He starts flipping his table and is flippantly annoyed.
Well, I just have to simply kill another god unless you want to.
he stops for a second, looks up, and says, "Just so I'm clear of who and what I'm talking to, how many gods have you dispatched?"
I start counting my fingers. Do I run out of fingers?
Technically, no. No, technically, yeah, because you killed 11 of the 12 of his friends and then him, so there's 13 that you could have marked.
Yeah, so I lift up my hand and cover all 10 fingers and I say, more than I can count on 2 hands.
I'm probably going to lean over and go, technically, some of those, weren't your fault, but I'll shut up now.
Wait, was it one of them killed by? Wasn't nothing killed by feeling something?
Yeah, something
I
happened.
killed
But
one.
you was there but there was also the couple that Funeral killed for betraying him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 11 minus the other ones.
Like,
So
you can lie. The rest of us over here actually doing the math in our head are like, he killed 4 of them. They were 4 was his final kill count.
okay, well if we're going on kill count, then I'll say personally this many. Our group a lot more than we can count on 2 hands. Happy?
Fair enough. Okay, all right. So I gotta ask, what is the benefit of you taking over the household now?
The benefit, obviously, we need to replenish our numbers. It was much larger when I was turned into nothing but a skeleton with skin, and has now been desecrated, and the world is nigh ending. And so,
So
Well,
pardon me.
done setting path as to what it should be.
he's
A
old
new
enough.
empire will rise, and I will take my position. For the moment, we simply need any and all access to resources, hidden libraries, and information in regards to the cordon stones.
Okay. How about until I can fill you in on the daily duties and things that you'll have to do, and you are stationary, I'll keep in charge. Once you are ready to take over full time, you can have it. But in the meantime and in between time, I will listen to what you say as if you were in charge.
That is fair. There needs to be no formal ceremony for such.
No formal ceremony. What are you talking about? The party we have for a new head of the household lasts weeks at a time. Also, it sounded like the small one was saying something.
Oh, yes. So,
Which is funny because full plate.
mm-hmm. So, just a quick question. Artificial cordon stone. Less of a quick question, more of a you know, correction of a statement.
Okay.
Our laboratory, probably.
The information. Specifically more of who's got it on them?
Oh, no idea what you're talking about.
The artificial cordon stone that wasn't it in reach?
Time out. Cordon stone?
Yes.
You mean like the ancient dragons that turned into the rocks?
Yes,
That-
yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Artificial one of those. Okay. Yeah, I know. Nothing whatsoever about that.
Personal ledger, Arms Laboratory.
Yeah, well, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. You'll need to go to the actual university for that. I can
That
introduce
is
you where you need to go if that is what you were asking me to do.
many of the buildings and structures have changed in the last 300 years. So
Okay, so you are politely asking me to take you to where you need to go. You want me to valet you over there?
That would solve any and all questions and people from causing bullshit.
Okay. And he goes to his desk drawer. There's going to be about 3 students standing outside of that door waiting for something. I need you to send all but one of them in. Give the one that does not come in, whichever one you pick, this coin and tell her to take you where you need to go. She'll know what to do with it.
I head out the door, I look, and if there's only one woman, I give her the coin.
There are 4 women. They look to
Okay.
be of the gaggle from earlier.
Parzex, I think this is something I can handle. So let's find the one with the highest charisma.
They are all 17s.
Charisma, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can they be 18?
Weirdos. Charisma, 17s.
He he just picks one at random. Hey, where are we going? We're going to the lab. We're going to go to the school. You're supposed to take us there.
Okay, roll me a 1d4 since you said random and didn't let me describe them at all to you.
Oh shit! I didn't know you were about to. Oh no. 4.
The bald one, fantastic. So, like I said, 17. Though she looks to be a lizard folk. Very attractive. Actually, I take that back. Not lizard folk. A Yanti. Much more human than snake. So she is a pure blood Yanti.
What's up, snake lady?
What's up with you, sweetheart?
Oh, nah, that's weirded me out. Let's just go to school.
Something the matter? Sapient person?
Yeah, here's a coin. Can you take us to the lab?
Laboratory.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. And she starts walking
I
off.
turn to the other 3 and I say, "You may go back and do your important business."
They look at each other and go, important business, huh? Yeah, that's what it'll be.
Insight check.
Sure, roll it.
You won't believe this. That's crazy. I got a +0. I got a 17.
Nice roll. So, they seem unamused by the order.
Unamused. They don't think it's important.
They don't think it's important.
What does he have you guys doing?
Depends on the day.
What about today?
Well, what's probably prepping for one of the lab tests that's coming up for the students. And or dealing with that missing creature from the arena.
Was it a Trask?
Was it a Trask? Was it a Trask? I don't know. Why?
Tell him if it is. It's dead. It's no longer missing. You can tell him it's. You can add that to the list of my compatriots' accomplishments as we go on our way.
They look flabbergasted, but walk in regardless. Snake Lady, who you haven't asked her name, continues walking you through the place. It takes you about 10 minutes to get to a lower ground area, right? You've seen researchers in coats and things, and there's obviously chemistry stuff going on in places, and you can see magic being cast, and classes are being held in forums, and you go through all that and things, and you get to this dark back corner. They take the coin and shove it into a slot, and you see what looks to be magical gambling machine go ding, 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 boop, and a door opens. She goes, I always giggle at that. It's really funny when it doesn't let you in. You have to go get another coin. Terrible.
Amusing.
So,
What is your name?
What is my name?
Yeah.
Sasha.
Ew. All right,
Sasha
let's go.
Silvertongue.
Sasha Silvertongue. Okay, well, thanks. Thanks, Sasha. Bye. Go back to class now.
Okay. I'm not a student, but okay.
Question before we send you on your way. Are you familiar with the intricacies of the laboratory here?
Yes.
Okay, then please stay.
Stay, go, make up your minds.
And so
She goes inside, and inside you see about 5 or 6 other people working on various projects. You'll notice there is a heavy amount of magical and arcane carvings, not actual runes, but just like carved magic into the walls. Some of it doesn't make a ton of sense. It's kind of just like jibber jabber. For those that actually speak magic, this looks like the writings of a crazy person. Val! You've heard about this place before. You've never been inside of it.
Yes, this was the spot that I've been trying to get into for a very long time. For some other reason or another.
Congratulations, you've snuck in. And immediately as you do, an old-looking elf pops out. Ah, no, not that one!
Unfortunately, it is not up to you on this time.
You recognize an old friend. Your connection at the university here, the subdean.
you're a sub.
So, I have a very important question for you, and it is, could you get me all of the information on cordon stone replication?
Replication? You want to know about the cordon stones.
Yes.
And he looks at Sasha and goes, Did the boss send him? And she shakes her head. Shit. Okay.
Ooh.
He begrudgingly pulls out a small notebook out of a secret container in a wall. Like he just kind of touches the wall and something pops out. He sets it down on the table. That's all that you requested.
Oh, and one other thing. Would you perhaps have any vial of vampirism curse blood like that lying around?
We do, for sure. But it's being used.
Where? And
And
could you take me to it? Everyone else, you can figure out the cordon stone stuff.
he shakes his head. You don't need to be in here for this, but all right, fine. He takes you to the back, and sitting on a rack, like a torture rack, is a humanoid figure that looks like it is continuously being drained of its blood. As fast as it can replicate, it is getting just shredded by this machine.
Ow.
Do I recognize the guy on the rack at all?
Nope. There's not much of its face and structure left, and like I said, as it starts to heal almost instantaneously, something rips it to shreds, and it's one step above a skeleton.
So who's that? Who's that over there?
This is Lord Bringston, the bravest vampire lord in the last couple of 100 years. He unfortunately decided he was going to make a mockery of this institution, and now you see him.
All right.
Weren't you? He looks at you. Weren't you a vampire?
I was. Then I ascended, and then I became alive. No clue how that happened, and then I died by getting eaten alive by this slime. Now I am back.
You have to explain that to me later. What do you want with the vampire blood? We basically use it to regenerate him in a continuous loop because that's what he deserves.
Well, I wanted to take it so I could try to dilute it to make me a Dampier again, because being able to climb on walls is very, very, very useful. At will. You know. That
Look,
and I am not the biggest fan of being alive fully.
right. So, I don't know how to tell you this, but that's not how you make a vampire.
So one way.
No,
Changing the blood.
there's only no, because that'll make you a thrall. We don't need any thralls in this room. There's only one way to make a vampire, and that's the natural way, right? You gotta, be offspring. And a couple generations of offspring at that.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, gonna need some of that blood.
Val. Actually, Val, what's your whole name?
It's Valiska Trosk Fortuitous. Now it's the 7th after coming back alive again.
He says the 4th because that's who he remembers you as. Valiska. I'm gonna not say the whole thing because that's a lot. But he says the whole thing, just so you know. In the sternest voice possible. You've broken free of an undead curse. You can live a normal life. The experiment that you are trying to do has been done before, and every time it has resulted in failure. You will just become a husk of a person. The only way his blood is going to turn you into the best you're going to get is a real vampire, right? Because he's a vampire lord, he can make vampire stuff, right? Is if you let him bite you and continuously feed you for some time until you gain enough power to be a real vampire. And I promise you, he's not making it a foot off that rack.
What is he secured with?
Magical chains and things.
I'm gonna message to Profi.
You don't even need to. Profi psychic.
Oh yeah, right. Hey,
I constantly know what you guys are thinking. B2 dubs.
What if we just bust this thing out of here?
Why?
It would always one. It could make Val a vampire, maybe be an ally.
You want a vampire lord as an ally.
Why not?
Because they're evil. They turn people into slaves.
Okay, well, we get Val made into a vampire and then we kill it.
But
I mean, Keens make people pay taxes. I don't see what the deal is, man.
I look over
Val is just
you just
gonna.
said. I just going to say you just said that randomly because we're talking in our head right now, right? That was an AV conversation, and you just saw your way into it. Anyway, so all we hear over there is taxes are theft. Kings do taxes. I don't know how that applies, Marzex, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Val will just be like, alright, it's fine. I don't know. It's just weird being alive. Like, I don't even know what I am anymore.
Are you? That is. What was your other damn pure half? It was an elf, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, you're plainly an elf.
I don't know.
Are we related?
Just feels wrong.
If you become related, we're just gonna change the title of this entire campaign to "All in the Family." Okay. That would have been a great title, regardless. Not the Royalist, just "All in the Family."
All right, I'll message Val and be like, Val, you want to bust this thing out of here and make you a vampire?
I just look over at them and I'm just like, No, that would be the dumbest ideas that we could do. Now, do I want the blood so we can possibly put this thing out of its misery, and then I can have the blood to turn me into one eventually, so I can get back into the swing of things of never expecting to die? Yes! But
Okay.
that is not up for us to decide at the current moment. We still have gods to kill.
Hmm.
All right. I mean, I could distract everybody, and you could take its blood.
Hmm.
It would not be worth it.
Hmm.
Okay.
If it's still alive, then technically I would become its saw and a whole bunch of other problems.
It also kind of feels bad that this thing is stuck in this existence. Like, because that's he's
It's
got to
a
be
bit-
half insane.
Yeah, for sure. But I will say this politely as a DM, he definitely deserves it.
Oh, okay.
That is not an innocent creature in front of you. This torture is deserved.
All right.
Vampire
And being
then-
used.
vampires are not good creatures. Val is not even an exception. She's very much an evil character. So, like, just as a reminder.
So
Is
She
this-
is chaotic evil. She does good on whim.
Saving the world? Well, I can't be the ruler of the world without it, being around.
makes sense to me.
So,
Seems like
you have been reading the book, The Thing. You know magic, so go ahead and make an Arcana check to see how well your understanding of what you're reading is.
Can I please use history?
No, because this is magic based.
I will inspire you.
I'm a fucking retard.
The only person here that's got a decent arcana would be Val.
What counts as decent? Because I have an 8.
I've got a
That's
plus 12.
0.
Okay. Why do I understand magic better than the sorcerer or the warlock?
Everyone does.
That's why I think Warlock should be an intelligence-based class.
Um.
You turned on the
Just,
black screen.
what's your what do I get for the inspiration at this point? D12.
Yes.
Well,
Also, I can
Okay.
help you because I have a 2.
Please
In
give me help after.
Time out. Profi has a plus 8.
Oh yeah, do that.
Okay, I'll do that.
You do that. Yeah, add an 8 to your roll instead of whatever your number is.
19 plus 8.
Hell yeah, 27. So with
If I roll my D12, will I get anything better?
yes. If you roll good enough.
And a plus 11.
Then yes, congratulations. You couldn't get any better than that. So between you and Profi, you guys decipher this book really well. I'm gonna give you 6 things about the cordon stones. Are y'all listening? This one
Yes.
specifically was built in this lab, right? So all the instruments to make another are still here. Secondarily, the artificial one crafts a fake creature out of the energies of a ridiculous amount of souls, right? Let's say just for funsies, it's 100,000 souls, or the equivalency of, to make a cordon stone. What it makes is an immortal creature that can't truly die. But when it is slain, it turns into its dormant form of the stone, and to activate it from its dormant stone, it has to negate a god's presence, hence sending them to a different realm and keeping them off Jake. This one specifically makes a hyper Tarask.
the hyper.
the best way to describe
Well,
this creature from the notes is it is something that could take on a space kraken, which is another
That
creature.
deals magic damage.
Yeah, it can do magic damage. That's the difference between it and a regular Tyrest. It's unstoppable. It does magic damage. Jokes aside, the notes specifically say this creature could fight a space kraken if needed, which will probably brings up its own sort of questions because the fuck is a space kraken? Why did we need to make a hyper Tarask to fight it? What would that look like? Is it Rayquaza fighting one of the gods from Pokemon? What's going on here?
Groudon's just
So, what was that? 4 things about the things.
we built in this lab, and all the things were made to bake it are in this lab. Fake creature out of 100,000 souls.
Mhm.
Create a hyper Trask.
Mhm.
That is immortal, unkillable creature, and to negate a god's presence and can fight a space kraken.
Okay, so one more fact. That its name is Fluffy.
That's
Why?
Because
Why is
arms
its name Fluffy?
because arms funny.
okay.
I think Whiskers-
Actually, I
So we
take
don't-
I take that back. I think we'd actually name it after his what was his lover's name?
I don't remember, but
I don't
there's
remember.
a statue.
There is a statue of him around here. So it started with a D. I don't remember. We're gonna call it like Desmond sounds right.
Desmond the Hyper Tarask.
Terrasque.
Tarask.
Yes, Hyper Terrasque. It's not a Tarask, it's a Hyper Terrasque.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we should probably not use this thing unless we like absolutely have to.
But just as a note from the thing, you guys are 100% sure it'll work. It will 100% ban a god from this planet. Will stop them from coming in here, and also provide the planet with a very big creature.
So like, how far away do we have to be to use it on a god? Can it be like, yeah, use it right now, and it just boop, keep a god away, ha ha ha.
Yep, it's really easy to activate anywhere, as long as you know which god you're sending away.
Really?
Truly.
And then, so the stone will turn into the creature. So wherever you do it, that's where the thing's going to be.
Correct.
What? Okay, what if we do it on the bottom of the ocean?
You think that would hurt the Tarask? The Hyper Tarask is Godzilla. I just want you to know that is what you are summoning into the realm.
So it is Groudon.
It is Groudon. Yeah.
Okay, what if we did it in another realm?
Then it would not apply to Jake.
So, the only thing I have to say about this is we still have a whole nother god that also go to. So is the thing?
But we could create another one of these.
With 100,000 souls. And I don't know about you.
Profi looks over and
Profi
says,
has
"We're
been
not
pretty-
killing 100,000 people to make a stupid stone that'll turn a death monster."
To say at that point we might as well kill the rest of the world. And you know what? Then there is no one to rule over. And what is the fun of?
It's just 100,000 worth of soul. So like maybe some people's souls are more valuable than others.
That sounds racist.
Who dares
No,
put the
I'm just
value on a
meaning, like,
soul?
Maybe a commoner's soul isn't worth as much as like the heroes and Valhallas, who did
Oh, so
something
this-
with their lives.
He's not racist. He's just classist.
So, like, why don't, like, could we go, let's say, maybe to another plane, like, for instance, like the Shadowfell, and then, like, absorb a bunch of those souls?
Here's a
I
question:
mean, that's
will the
wrong.
Hyper take fall damage?
Well, it is immune to all bludgeoning damage, so no.
It actually constantly has the spell Fly cast on it, so it can
I was
fly
gonna
through
say, so
space.
you could drop it from the stratosphere and it's not even gonna hurt it.
Nope.
No,
Have you ever heard of
it's
Space Godzilla?
Oh, oh, there goes Tokyo. Oh no, Godzilla.
Okay, what if we
Where
did it
is
in
Japan
space?
on our world?
Time out. Have you guys actually watched the new Godzilla, the -1 yet?
Yes.
I've never watched Godzilla.
Okay, so I'm going to watch this one. It's worth watching. My wife watched it with me with subtitles and loved it, and she's not a Godzilla person. It's a good ass movie.
It's a remake of the original one done with all of the stuff we have now. Fantastic.
Okay. Kaiju's they don't do it for me.
Good thing that it is a very interesting wartime movie that also so happens to have Godzilla.
Okay, that I watch.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's real good. It's worth watching for sure.
So, what if we did it in space and just tossed him adrift in space?
So you're saying be on Jake, but have it just yeet into the stratosphere? I mean,
Like,
sure, but
yes,
how do we get
close
up
to the
there?
atmosphere. We get a
I mean, I can
we can
fly.
all fly. We can all fly.
Also, I can make a ship helm, a flying ship helm. I have learned that in the 3 years.
I think there's
Technically
a big open ass desert that we could summon it in.
1
Yeah, but
year.
he's still on Jake then. And if he's Godzilla, he can go wherever the fuck he wants. Like it doesn't. There's no
Creatures like
limit.
this exist in Jake for all of history. There's no difference.
If we could get rid of it, why would we not get rid of it?
Why would we get rid of nature taking its course?
We're doing it. It's not nature. We're creating a monster. It's like releasing Frankenstein kaiju and being like, it's nature.
You said like you should work at engine.
I don't know. Listen, let's keep this in mind. We just killed one of those giant things. Now we could put one back into the world, and it
Exactly.
would
If
be fine.
anything, we're giving balance back to the world or whatever bullshit people want to spout off about it.
I want to save. I want to save the world.
So
We are saving the world.
you one of the people that's over here, you said, well, you know, the old ancient cordon monsters were super territorial. They didn't leave their, space.
So there we are. We just throw them out into the desert where all of the vampire things are. I will take it there, and it'll be great.
Okay. I mean, if it's not gonna leave, yeah, toss it in the desert. Or at the bottom of an ocean and just walks around down there.
Well, again, one of those. You guys kind of piqued my special interest over here. You guys are talking about cordon monsters in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, there's so many of them. So, like, usually they're dragons of some sort, right. But they also had these giant flying birds, and the ocean had krakens and sea monsters that were these things that were just like hyped up. There were crazy stories of it. You know, Monkey, right? The floating city. That was
Mhm.
originally crafted to hold one of them in place. It was a giant anchor, essentially, that kept it on the bottom of the ocean until some heroes released it, and it was a giant octopus.
Oh,
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
Allegedly, the stories on it, like, you know, he waves his hand. There wasn't a lot of survivors, but sounds great.
So what would happen if we dumped a Hyper in the bottom of the ocean?
It would swim to the surface.
So what would happen if is Monkey still flying?
I mean, it's a floating city.
Is there people still alive on it?
You guys have been
We've
there.
been there.
Oh,
I don't think we
okay.
left
I was
one
gonna
alive.
ask. Is there, but since we left, have we been there?
No,
No.
but it was zombie filled, and you fought a demon lord there, and
Yeah,
So now
no
we
one's
can just
alive.
drop.
also, do you remember doing something the size of a T-Rex was a poor choice on Monkey? Could you imagine dropping a Hyper Trask on top of it?
Okay, so screw a desert. Like, why not? The deepest, most desolate desert, and just flop them in the middle.
Where the old lizard was, which
Yeah.
Okay. The man goes, I might have a map with a marked location that would be a perfect place to summon one.
Okay.
yes, that would be great.
And they said
How
my
many
thesis
souls
was stupid. Here you go. What?
Where is it? What is he marked?
He marked a place on the desert continent, in between Maxim and Winch. It's kind of in the southern part of the desert.
Well, that takes care of one. We have two gods to deal with. Do we want to do that to Funeral or the Lightning God?
We have objectively said that we don't want to do it to Funeral because we don't want to pass the buck.
Right.
Yeah, we want to banish him so that we can then go to his realm to then kill him.
Oh, the Lucklands are closed. He has no realm.
So what happens if we banish him from here? Does he just has to?
We don't know, which is why we are not wanting to use the cordon stone on him directly, because it might send him off into the peaceful world of whatever, and then he'll weasel his way back when and if someone kills the Hyper Tarask.
Yes, that would be bad.
So
I feel like we can kill Valkyrie God, right?
I mean, the other option is we don't use it, but it would be a simple solution to get rid of her. Or we keep it in case he summons some other god we didn't know about.
This could be our trump card.
or just use it to threaten him. It's the nuclear option.
Hmm.
But we could try to get them separated and alone and try to kill one. Try to take the Valkyrie god out first. And then,
So do we? So to create one requires 100,000 souls. So what were the souls originally harvested and put into?
There's the old man that has been helping you and Val kind of looks over, and there's a tiny looking machine that looks like a coffee press. Is the easiest way to describe it.
So like every time you kill someone, you just put them into this fucking juicer and like.
I don't know. I wasn't here for the process.
I read open the book.
It explains it pretty thoroughly. So, basically, they would use a special item, device, whatever you want to call it, to capture said souls, and then put those items in the would-be juicer to like recharge it. The items they did have could hold up to about 100 souls each before they were full.
And they were reusable items.
Yes.
What items are left?
I'm going to steal Skyrim reference here. They're called Blackheart Stars.
Okay.
They're basically a special crystal specifically crafted to do the dirty deeds of capturing souls.
Cool. How many of them are here that we can grab?
None.
None.
Nope. They were confiscated quite some time ago.
Who took them?
I believe they are in the capital in one of the Tullius vaults.
Hmm.
I mean, there was only 10 ever made, so.
I looked to see if there's a reference as to how to make one.
There is not. They're a naturally occurring item.
Bullshit. Okay. I'll have to find some. You know where we can dig them up?
The special interest guy goes, I do.
Special interest guy. Tell me where.
They're on the wall. You can find them deep in one of the mines on the wall.
Ah! I've actually. Wait a second. I look at my bag. Is the crystallized heart technically one of those?
No,
Okay. I was just curious because it contained a soul.
correct. Similar
Okay.
process though.
But this one holds less? Gotcha. Okay, well, the wall's next to the place, and so if we were going to go to the desert anyways, it'd be a good place.
Yeah. But this is in the northern parts of the wall.
Okay. I'd ask for specifics, but not like you don't have to explain.
Gotcha. He gives you the best knowledge he has, which isn't super helpful.
Okay.
So
Well, I live alone, so.
you live a long time. So you have the information you came here for, mostly. What would you like to do now? Go out into the town and check things out. You've dealt with your siblings. You have crafted some items from your Trask. Profi has quietly shut the hell up this entire time and just kind of is yelling when you guys say, we're going to kill 100,000 people. No!
So, is our plan to go to the desert, try to fight the lightning god, and then use the stone on her if we can't beat her? Does that sound like a plan?
Yes.
A possibility. Maybe they have something. Wait, is there any god-killing weapons around here?
I will roll for it. Give me a second. No, but there's a poison that could allegedly put gods to sleep.
Bet. Where's that at?
He pulls out a small silver vial. There's only one coating left, but an ancient hero supposedly crafted this, and it's strong enough to make gods sleep.
Profi, take that and put that on a dagger.
I hand it to Profi. Put it on a dagger before we stab God.
Yeah.
Noted.
Is there an instruction manual on how to...
An invisible Profi stabby stab is probably our best bet for hitting.
Well, except for the gods have true sight.
And a regular Profi stabby stab would be the best chance of hitting the thing.
Standing right next to you, right?
Yes.
All right.
I'm just thinking we could absolutely use this to create a Sleeping Beauty situation, and then we could, figure out if a god's soul is worth 100,000 human souls or not.
We would still
For science.
Time out, but that would require us to have one of those a bigger version than all those crystals combined. Because he said there was only 10 ever made. They all hold 100 at most, so that's 1,000 souls. That means they had to go through that process
1,000 times.
Are you sure about that?
No. So if they had 10 of them, 100 times. It's doing all 10.
Mm-hmm. Yes, 100,000. 100 times. Yeah.
Worm killed a lot of people.
Arm killed a lot of people.
Oh, Do we have any shopping to do while we're still here? Before? Oh, is there a teleport circle in this town? I'm assuming there has to be.
Yes, of course.
Oh,
Okay.
with a soul
In the blue district.
Oh,
with a soul coin,
What?
a soul coin.
What's this? You know what? I don't even want to know.
So you see as Val opens up a very familiar looking bag. It was Coma's, and just takes two of them out and places them very calmly on the counter. So don't hold them and do not read out loud.
Oh, those things, right? I don't know. They definitely hold souls. You guys will notice that the crystal in the center of them is black.
oh, so
That's
they're
what
little
we
bits.
need.
But they hold one soul per coin. We need 100,000 souls. We need 100,000 coins. That's crazy.
Oh, dude, we're so stupid. I have a great idea.
Speak for yourself, moron.
Okay, so hear me out.
That's all I've been doing.
Soul coins are from hell, right?
Okay.
And there's these black stones in them. So we could assume that it's probably pretty likely that some of these stones could be harvested in hell. So we could do a demonic agreement for the transfer of a sleeping god for a large amount of souls.
Wait, stop. Why do we want souls? We don't want to
Oh,
make
'cause
another
they-
one of
I
these,
think
right?
he really wants to make another one.
But yeah, if we give them a god, we already have a stone. We don't need another one.
Because we all agree we're gonna take a knife and stab it through Funeral's heart, right? That's the agreement that all five of
I
us are
suppose
shaking our
that's
heads.
the idea.
All six of us, because Barry's technically here.
Sophie is just like, I think real neat if we just went to the desert and then invited the storm god, and then I got to do a big old bitch fight again. I thought that was really, really fun.
I'm
Well, I mean,
game.
I
I'd
guess
say
killing the Vulcan god too we'd be able to figure out what happens to a god when we kill it, maybe. Now
Yeah.
that it's been separated from their plane, right?
Wait, we know. We've done it.
Oh.
The Kung Fu. Well, I mean, we cut his divinity, and he's not technically from the Lutlands, and he just died. Stinger ate him, and then the boat crashed.
so. Shopping, get whatever we need here, and then head to the desert.
Mhm.
Use the teleport circle, get as close as we can.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have.
Will this take us to the very beginning of the campaign, Roger?
Full circle. Not quite, but pretty close.
Because we started the campaign at the wall, and then we technically started in the.
Yeah, technically you guys started in the desert, but we skipped the desert intro section for the first 7 levels, and started in the wildlands instead of the wastelands. But that's neither here nor there. Thematically, 100%, we're going back to where we started. So, you guys are in town. There's all kinds of things to do. Barry will have retrieved your items and give them to you before you teleport, but you don't have them currently.
Here's a question:
There's an answer.
Is there any kind of giant statue, like monolith kind of thing here? Like I'm thinking like Bravos from Game of Thrones, something like that. The Titan.
Literally a giant dragon statue. That is of
there?
a dead dragon.
Yep.
Oh,
In the upper
like a
arena.
cute. huge gargantuan.
It's a
Like-
what was it? It's an adult red dragon.
That's
So falls under huge,
Can
I think.
I-
technically.
Before we leave this town, can I spend the 1,000 gold and awaken it?
That might cause problems.
That might cause problems.
What kind of problem?
Like a lot.
Like
Oh wait, it has to be huge or smaller.
they're
is
huge. Yeah. I think I'm pretty
Huge
sure.
or smaller.
I will.
The awakened beast or plant is charmed for 30 days.
Gotcha. He is definitely not a beast. Nor a plant. Dragons are their
He
own
is-
thing.
If the target is a plant, blah blah blah.
Yep. So adult red dragons are huge creatures.
It was like an actual dragon previously.
Okay, I get us a dragon.
I can just summon one, right?
I can summon like a hologram. This is an actual dragon.
I have 2 actual dragons. I just don't use them.
Well, that's dumb. Why not?
I'm waiting for a good time or emergency, you know?
We've been fighting gods.
Younger is the RPG player that holds on to every potion they've ever picked up. What if I need it later, though?
We need it now. We need it now
It's
for a
like, this is
while.
the final boss fight, dude. Come on.
No, as a side note, you know how much easier Final Fantasy is when you actually use all the potions you pick up?
Yep.
Way easier. It's like you're meant to use them or something.
It's like you're meant to use them.
So,
Well,
and
what exactly? Just to travel faster when we get from one location to another location?
for what? Sorry. You cut out at the beginning there, so I missed the first half of your question.
Do you just want a dragon to fly to the spot once we get to where we're going?
No, I want a dragon to help us fight. It's a freaking dragon.
Yeah. I'll use it to fight the god if you want.
Yeah, let's get a freaking dragon. Get him.
Okay.
So we're
I
not
awaken-
waking up this. Okay, we are waking up the big ass red dragon out of his stony slumber.
I mean, it was dead. It's a dead creature.
Oh. So it'd be like awakening bones.
Yeah.
Could you do like a true resurrection on dragons?
It's been way longer than True Resurrection allows.
Can I technically okay, so I'm not summoning or like reviving its like its actual self. I would just be awakening bones, which would make a completely new thing.
That sounds a little bit like necromancy to me. You better talk to the
Wait.
necromancy expert.
He's awakening bones. Uh,
Mine-
so this is like essentially a giant stone dragon, right?
Yeah, so
Where the core is made
let me,
out of
let me just
red
give you guys the story for it, right? So one of our characters' background was he was trying to find his lover, right? And said lover was attacked by a dragon, so he's been hunting a dragon for a real long time. We make it back to lineage, and they greet him as some kind of hero, and he is confused. They take him to this dragon statue that is a solidified red dragon. It's been turned into like a colorized stone, so it looks alive, but it's obviously been slain in battle, right? And has wound marks and battle damage and yada yada yada. Well, it turns out that this dragon was his lover, right? That was turned into a dragon via a messed up spell. Something went wrong. Dude went crazy and messed up half the city. He ended up killing him and then petrifying him with some kind of magic. And then because he was so grief stricken, he gave himself amnesia so he didn't have to remember, and then left the town so he wouldn't see this again. And the big reveal at the end of the campaign for this character was him coming back and getting all that information at once, and then having to deal with that knowledge for the rest of the campaign.
Damn.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps you guys at all, but that's the love story of Aram.
Each.
So yeah, we can just bring it back and as a completely new thing.
Hang on, I might be onto something else. You guys do your shopping. Let me do some research.
This was the shopping. You were the one shopping.
You were the one that suggested shopping. Dang it. Okay. Potions?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to the green section. So you go to the green section, as alchemical stuff is kind of their thing. As they do the cleaning and other stuff, they use alchemical for destroying the waste and all kinds of other things, which means quite a few of the potion experts and poisoners live here. You find the Witch's Tit, a well-renowned potions vendor, as all of us have been there at least once ourselves.
Except for Barry.
Except for Barrymore. So, the Witch's Tit is open to you, says a fancy goblin standing at the front door. He's wearing a top hat.
Wonderful.
Sophie walks in.
For very good healing potions. Fantastic, ginormous amounts of health healing potions.
How's your pockets, sir?
Very heavy, as I lump the largest chest full of copper coins one has ever seen.
Copper coins, though? For real?
I have other coins, but I have a absurd amount of copper.
This is like $12.
No,
The
it's
chest,
not.
the chest is worth more than the amount of copper that is in here.
I don't know. It might be it's a magic chest. For reference, there is over 12,000 copper pieces.
Gosh, dang.
Why would you not like go to a place and have that swapped out with like much more usable?
Because I
currency?
haven't.
Because
I've been waiting to get to a big town.
Younger said that's in session 3, by the way. Okay, so oh god. 12,000 copper is like 120 gold, right?
12,000 4,500. Sorry. Yeah. No, it's 12,450.
Okay, time out. I'm gonna pull up my calculator so I'm not being dumb here.
Well, okay, so if it's 12,000, that would be
450.
Yeah, 124 and a half. So, you have he looks at this chest and I'm gonna just take your word for it. That's 124 gold. I'll even round up a half. I'll give you the 5 extra silver, sir. 125 will get you this fantastic potion here, and he holds it up, and a clear red liquid is in a very nice container. He says this will heal a pretty serious injury. Won't stop you from dying if you get stomped on by an elephant or something. But yeah.
How much healing is that?
So it is a 3d10 vial.
Sure.
So multiply that by 3, so 9d10. If you
Okay, deal. I'll do
the
that.
whole thing. Now
Awesome.
he's over there counting the copper pieces, just annoyed as all heck. A young woman, probably in her early 20s, pops out and looks at the goblin and goes, "Ah, man, Fancy Hat's in trouble. Can I help anyone but whoever gave him the copper?
Yep. Sophie will be like, well, yeah, I wouldn't mind having a little bit of help. Could it just be real sweet and nice?
Yeah, how can I help you?
I was just wondering if you have anything that can um increase my size and I don't know, just another thing to make me a little bit bigger.
You know how often I hear that from the older gentlemen of this town?
Well, I want to be really tall and even stronger and more muscular. Though,
So you
as
want a
Sophie,
potion to jump?
She takes the blue vial and just puts it away. Okay, I was misreading that horribly. Um,
as Sophie is, a 24 to strength, so the most muscular person that's probably ever walked through these doors.
she goes, yeah, actually, I have something. I only have a vials left of it, but it'll help for a little bit. The downsides are pretty rough, though.
What is it down?
So she pulls out a small pink vial, and she goes, well, this will double your strength for an hour.
God
The,
damn.
the downside is it will reduce your strength to almost nothing for 3 days.
Less ideal.
Guaranteed 3 days.
I mean, the last person that drank it died on accident, but that was because he got hit by a cart. So we're guesstimating the time on this one.
And how much is that?
I can let you walk out of here with it for 100 gold.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, and does that increase my stature, or does it just make me more?
I'm going to be honest with you. The last person that used it was a goblin. And it might have made them bigger, but it's real hard to tell.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess that sounds good to me. Here you go.
You now have the potion of super strength.
So that would make my strength a 40.
For an hour.
Shouldn't that
That's
make it
insane.
48 if you have a 24 strength? 48?
Yeah.
So what's your modifier now? A plus what?
+7.
So it'd be a plus 14 for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be dangerous. Be a bad day for anyone on the other end of you.
Grapple. I can grapple fate.
So strong, I punched through the timeline and reset it. You're Superman over here.
Actually, I think she could break the Valkyrie god. Actually, just put both hands and just go at that point. Goddamn.
I'm not even arguing. That's 100% a possibility, especially when you kaiju it up and get it even more strength.
Imagine if you give it to the kaiju creature.
Just to make it really easy to beat. So you're like, all we have to do is survive for an hour, bitches. Run.
Mhm.
Yes. So the downside is it does drop your strength down to 1 for 3 days. Not 0, because then you die.
Worth it.
Did I get something?
Yes. Maybe. You're in the
I'm
witch's
looking
tit.
for. Say what? Oh yes. I'm looking for something that could boost the strength of one spell.
Of a spell?
One spell. Like double its effect one time.
Let me roll percentile, see if she has anything like that. Okay, all right. I just want you to roll. No, it's a really good roll. So, yeah, actually,
Okay. How much would that cost me?
an arm and a leg. Ha 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 ha. Ha.
I bet Marzex has a couple. Marzex, you got any arms and legs I could use?
I literally throw an arm and a leg on the table.
She goes.
A deal is a deal.
I was joking. The Wizards ask for this all the time. It's called Copycat. It's 300 gold.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. I have 50 diamonds. How much would you give me for 50 diamonds?
Wait, we need diamonds for resurrection. Don't do it.
Okay. How much would you give me for 25 diamonds?
Well, that's 2,500 gold. So like 7 or 8 of them, and you could keep a diamond. But you don't even know the
Okay.
downside, though.
Okay, what's the downside?
It's addictive.
It's addictive.
Yeah, so like it works for a minute at a time. But eventually you won't be able to cast spells without it.
The more I use it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I plan on using it once, so that's fine.
Then why do you need 8 vials?
A 1. I wanted a vial.
Well,
So then I only need 3 diamonds.
Okay. Then I need
could
1.
you get me one
I'll
as
give you
well?
2. Okay, give me 2.
Okay. She pulls out 2 placid green vials. They seem to be frothing almost at the top on the inside. They carbonated as fuck.
All right, so that's what, like 6 diamonds?
6 diamonds.
These are 100 apiece, so I got 44 diamonds. Okay. Okay.
So, application for you, just so you understand. It lasts for a minute, but that just means that's how long it lasts for, not how many times you can use it. Once you use it, it goes away. Okay.
I only need it once.
And you get to choose when it activates, just as a note. So, like, if you're like, I need to cast cantrips in that minute, it doesn't go off on the first spell.
Okay. I'm going to use it the second we walk out of the store, so just get ready.
Oh, okay. I'm listening. Anything else? From
Oh, are we
anyone
done?
else?
I was going to say, you guys go ahead. Anything else, go for it.
Oh, it's my turn. Profi needs to shop. Dang it. I have money to spend, I think. I have so much money to spend. You guys don't ever let me buy anything. Let's see here. What would be something that was good? I mean, you guys already got me a poison. I have potion vials. I can turn it, but you know what? Never mind. I don't need potions or poisons or nothing. I'm perfect the way I am.
Well, then,
You are
order
broken.
potions. I'm not done. That was just the beginning. What is the strongest healing potion? Like a potion of like full recovery, like maximum healing.
Yeah, we have power potions. They're 1,000 gold
How much
each.
of them? 1,000 gold.
Mm-hmm. You can
That's
recover.
right.
You can recover from any injury, allegedly, as long as it doesn't. Well, I mean, it kind of repairs hands if you like shove them back on, or whatever, and then drink the potion. But it doesn't necessarily fill gaps and whatnot.
10 platinum is 100 gold, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I give them 80 platinum and 200 gold for one.
Okay. They hand you a bright golden liqueur.
A full recovery.
A full recovery. So you'll know that this is one of those potions that takes the entire swig to activate. So like you can take a vial's worth as a bonus action, but it doesn't activate until you've had your third sip, essentially.
Gotcha. I will. And then I just want 4 regular healing potions for like 25 gold, right?
Yep. So 100 gold. Get you 4.
Yeah.
No. I mean total of 100 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Easy peasy.
Okay, that's all the potions I need.
The goblin over there, not even a quarter way through your box, like, this is some fucking bullshit. You had gold this entire time?
No, I had platinum and gold.
He's over there just, you gave me copper, you bastard.
Oh, I could have just given him 100 platinum too, but I didn't. Oops. Oh well.
Anyway, you guys make your way out of the store. Rat! We're outside the store.
I'm going to make my way to the dragon statue.
You do so. We follow along behind you. What are you doing? What's the plan?
I'm making us a super strong little buddy. We. Hang on, I'm just making my final decision.
Are you
Okay.
what time out? Are you gonna try and polymorph this thing? Why don't you just polymorph something else and leave the historical statue alone?
Because when you polymorph, it has to be bigger than the thing that you're trying to summon. So if I want a huge thing, the item has to be huge.
Oh. You're gonna upset someone.
Okay, actually, no, that's actually a really good point because I'm not doing a huge thing anymore. I forgot. I need a tiny object.
I'll hand you a coin.
Okay. I am going to true polymorph that coin.
Time out. I was gonna say, let me see if I have any copper. Nope. I have to give you. I have to give you a gold.
Okay.
Got rid of all my copper. I'm sorry.
First, I'm going to drink that potion, which then gets double on my true polymorph. Which means instead of a CR9 object or creature, I can summon a CR18 creature. I'm going to true polymorph your coin into a demi-lich.
Nice.
A flying head.
Yep.
Oh my god, can it please be our friend? Friend?
I'm
Okay, it can be whoever you want.
We're not turning Fran into a demi-lich. He literally just told you it was a coin, but he was like, so wait, you said it had to be the same size, though.
I had a terrible joke. Damn it.
A demi-lich is a tiny undead.
Is it
So
really?
give me a basket. I don't care, whatever.
I guess, okay, so technically it's literally just a head. So that explains why it's a tiny. That's crazy. Okay.
So I'm going to true polymorph this guy. Now, because this is an object into a creature.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so this is the rule. As long as the creature's size is no larger than the object size, and the creature's challenge rating is 9 or lower. But because I'm doubling it, we'll call it CR18. The creature is friendly to you and your companions. It acts on your turns. You decide what actions it takes. The GM has the creature's stats, blah, blah, blah. If the spell becomes permanent, which all I have to do is hold it for an hour, I'm going to. The spell becomes permanent. I no longer control it, but it remains friendly as long as you are friendly to it.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna make a DM roll, arguing with myself, because I don't think the swinging the potion, doubling it, meant that. It was like you were to cast 2 spells for the price of 1.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I said double a spell strength. That's what I said.
As I said, I'm rolling over here because you're right. I did not clarify that well enough. All right, you win anyway. Paper beat rock. Fucking the orange dice are betraying me tonight. They keep going the worst number. Okay, so I will allow it. and it works. You now have a demi-lich floating around. It's kind of got a gold hue to it, as it was once a gold coin.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick stroll at demi-liches. Like I said, big floating head, right?
Yeah, so its intelligence is +5, so I don't need to awaken it because it's already smart as fuck.
I mean,
The only thing I don't know is that it has no languages, so I don't know if they're psychic or what their deal is.
It speaks money.
I don't think it has lungs anymore, so it doesn't care about speaking.
So it doesn't talk; it just listens to me. I mean, that's fine.
I like the idea of this thing being a shithead, though. Just being like, I was made in this world, and now I have to fight gods. Type of bullshit's this?
It's a sassy head.
Yeah. But it's like it's really happy about it, but
So,
it's all sad.
I mean, the description of it is it's just a flying skull with like gold or gems for eyes. So, like, literally, it's just gold coins for eyes.
It doubled it. Get it? It doubled the coin from 1 coin to 2 coin.
Nice.
Full circle. Anyway.
This thing's dirty.
Yeah, I know. It's nasty. Its resistances are crazy.
And its immunities are crazy.
Yeah.
Its actions aren't.
I was gonna
terrible.
go. I was gonna go with Planetar for the healing factor, but then I saw the Demi-Lich and I was like, ooh, he's kind of gross.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not as powerful as it could be because it doesn't have a lair, but still.
Yeah.
Are we the bad guys?
You guys seem like it. All right.
Like, we are objectively a scary party.
Even our bards create undead.
Look, I'm just doing what it takes. Every one I was looking at, I was like, that one looks good. They were all undead or constructs. There was a couple constructs that were cool. But the Planetar, I was kind of like, do we just want to make another angel? Just making a new coma.
That's so fucked up.
Seriously.
I didn't do it. I was like,
That's so crazy, y'all.
For 300 gold, we got
You have this. You have the stats for this, though, right? I mean, hit points aren't crazy, but just as a note, how it gets to be a demi-lich, right? Is it generally not what we just did to it? But demi-liches are failed liches, and by failed, it means they stopped killing people and forgot to feed their phylactery, and then got turned into this because they got lazy.
Yep.
So it doesn't have a language because it doesn't speak. It's literally just a floating head.
okay, I'll just tell it what to do.
Yeah, the only thing it does have is the howl the attack that's a howl.
Yeah. How will be the sound of like coin machine?
I don't have it on here. Like I don't have its lair rules on my card. But does it still get its legendary actions?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Legendary actions are part of it. Part of it, not part of the layer. The layer actions are totally separate.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, the legendary actions on that thing's dirty. And just as a reminder, you do them at the end of a creature's turn, not in the middle of their actions.
Right. I'm gonna name him
Fluffy.
Plink. Because he's made out of coins. I'm gonna name him Plink.
Clink. Yeah, can we not? Been listening to enough Clink on the show for the children. Rabble.
Oh, I don't know that one, and I don't want to.
Oh yeah, it's actually the name
really
is actually
racist.
Plunk, but whatever. Clunk.
Oh,
It's Clunk.
I'll come up with something else. We'll do something.
Plink is fine. I was being funny. Okay, so we are at almost the 3-hour mark before we jump into the forest. We had requested that we end this session a little early. Is this a good place for you guys to stop it, or do you want to go a little bit longer?
I think it's a good spot.
Okay.
I'm at a good spot.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So we'll cut it off at the 2 hour and 45-ish minute mark. Again, this was a makeup session, so we'll be playing again next week. And hopefully we will have our 5th member, so we don't want to miss anything important. Favored by death, though. You guys found a demi-lich.
Aha! Full circle.
How did this happen?
Cool.
How did this happen? How did you my prophecies successful on accident? Okay. Anyway, let's play the music and get on out of here. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't worry about a code this week. We're not giving out because it hasn't changed since the last time we talked about it. We are still in June for a little bit longer, right? Couple more days. Again, thank you for all that showed up to the Midnight Sun Festival. Our next event isn't till the middle of next month, so you'll see us around then. Maybe, perhaps, depends on if your boy has a baby before then or not. It's getting close, y'all. It's getting close.
Roger's pregnant.
Forever pregnant. I'm just fat. With an adventure in mind. Have a wonderful time. Bye.